Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Divine Masculine reading. We're going to find out what is going on with our Mr. Masculine because they are so elusive and mysterious, and we can't quite seem to pin them down ever. When we think they're going up, they're going down. When we think they're going down, they're going up. When we think they're going left, they're going right, and vice versa, blah, 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 blah. And so it goes on with Divine Masculine. We just never quite seem to be able to figure out what that rapscallion is up to. And there is a reason for that. They are the receptive or negative polarity twin flame. This is not about gender. Divine Masculine does not mean that they are a man or that they acted in a masculine way. That does not mean what we think that it means. Divine Masculine is the receptive polarity twin flame. Divine Feminine is the generative, positive polarity twin flame. That's what you are. And since the Divine Masculine is the receptive, some people call them the runner. Just means that their energy is moving away from you, Divine Feminine. But really, that's kind of an illusion. First of all, it's an illusion in the way that the mind thinks of it, because your Divine Masculine isn't actually running from you. You just think that they're running from you. You don't think that. Your mind thinks that. They're not really running from you. This is just the 3D thing, the way things manifest and happen in the twin flame relationship. But it serves a purpose. It's because it invokes and causes you to go through a spiritual awakening. And when you go through this spiritual awakening, you wake up to the fact that you are the soul, you are the true twin flame, you are the divinity. And you go from being a sleeping, subconscious creator to being an awakened, conscious creator, where you get to create the life that you want, Divine Feminine. So our Divine Masculine is doing us a huge favor, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, because they're running from us. And again, running is an illusion. They're really not running from you. It's just about energy, you guys. And the twin flame experience that you have teaches you so many higher spiritual laws and meanings, and like it gives you the keys, I could say, the keys to the kingdom is what this experience with your Divine Masculine offers you. And so if you embrace it, the process is easier. But that embracing comes after a period of a dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is a torturous and treacherous experience because it's there to show us what we are not, to burn off all of the excess so that we can get back down to the core of who we really are. And with this experience, that's exactly what is happening. You're getting back to the core of who you are so that you can understand why this connection is happening the way that it is, what you can do about it, how you can direct the ship to where you want it to go, because you, Divine Feminine, are far more in control than you think. And I don't mean the kind of control that the ego wants. I'm talking about spiritual control, because you are the true twin flame. Your Divine Masculine is right there with you. But you are the twin flame and the positive polarity, the generative polarity. We're going to have a Twin Flame series starting soon. I started it last week and had hoped to have it launched last week, but was not able to complete it. So we're going to have to move it to this week. But I hope that you guys end up loving it because I'm enjoying creating it. So at the bottom of the deck today, boom, we have a death card. I wonder what is going on with divine masculine. This is not a good card to start off the energies with today. Something is going on with divine masculine right now as we speak that I'm not quite, well, I guess we're going to have to look at this and find out what's going on, but they seem like they are off right now. Big changes are happening for divine masculine. And with big change comes sometimes like difficult problems, you know, we're venturing out into the unknown. I guess it's a rebirth, so to speak. But just like you know all too well, divine feminine, from having gone through this experience yourself, dark night of the soul and that kind of energy often comes along with transformation and change, which is why we have the death card for the overall energy with divine masculine today. Transformation is taking place. Not surprising though, divine feminine, because of everything that you've been doing and everything that you've been going through. So divine masculine in recent past has been in some absolute inner turmoil. This is a self-created and self-perpetuated prison that divine masculine thinks they're stuck in, but they're not. It's easy for them to get out. They don't realize that they have placed themselves there and that all they have to do is make different decisions and choices, and suddenly they won't be stuck in the self-imposed prison anymore. But easier said than done, as we know. Sometimes when we don't recognize where we're at, we don't know how to get out of it. It just seems like that's what it is. And so divine masculine's got some serious learning to do, which I think that's where this adventure, this fool's journey, is taking them. And look what we have going on right here. This is the self-imposed prison the divine masculine has found themselves in. We have Wheel of Fortune and Hierophant both in reverse. That is some difficult energy for divine masculine to be experiencing. I mean, you've got bad luck, things that are just not in control. Divine masculine is spinning out of control, falling into all kinds of mental and emotional traps with themselves and with their karmic situation that they're dealing with. They feel so stuck in a rut and they do not know how to get out of this. They're so incredibly depressed. Then you also have a Hermit in reverse, which is they just want to retreat. They just want to isolate themselves. They don't even want to get up out of bed in the morning. This is some serious dark night of the soul energy for divine masculine. They are really, really, really unhappy. And it's hard for you to watch that, divine feminine. But in some weird kind of a way, divine feminine always kind of revels in the suffering of divine masculine because they know something that divine masculine does not know yet, which is that sometimes you have to go through the fire in order to get to the other side and have that abundance, right? It's the phoenix has got to like burn down and it's painful and then you rise up. And so there's almost like this little anticipation from divine feminine side of like, yes, finally divine masculine is going to go through this transformational process. And yes, it's going to suck and we're going to feel really bad for him. But at the same time, we're also not going to feel bad for him because we really want them to get out of all of this junk, this self-imposed prison where they do not need to be. Because we know that their destiny is bliss and love and joy and happiness. And with these decisions that they've been making, that is not what they're creating for themselves. So divine feminine usually kind of secretly wants divine masculine's world to fall apart. That's just the truth. Not because we don't love them, not because we don't want things that are good for them. It's that we know that where they're at isn't good for them. So we want them to recognize that on their own, because we can't change their world for them. They have to change their world for them. We just want them to recognize that they're not in a good place and that they can get out of it. That's what we want. And that is exactly the glimpse that we gave Divine Masculine when they entered into our world. We loved them unconditionally and showed them, as they showed us, a glimpse into what can be, the potentials, the possibilities of being in a place of harmony and balance and creativity and joy and what every goddess and god deserve in this world. And so Divine Masculine experienced, albeit maybe a short period of time, being in this place with you, Divine Feminine, but it was still a light in the darkness. Imagine wandering around in darkness for, years and years and years, and then all of a sudden there's this little tiny light that shows up. Imagine how brilliant and bright and how much that would stand out to you. It'd just be so amazing. You'd be like, oh my gosh, the beauty of it would just be overwhelming, and it would just take you over. Well, that's what happened with you and Divine Masculine. And it was that way for you too. And then it felt for a period of time for you, Divine Feminine, like that light flickered out and you were in darkness again. But now you know better, and you're just waiting for Divine Masculine to figure it out. And as per usual, Divine Masculine is in denial. Denial! Again, an error in judgment. One, try 50, right? They are scared to death of change because they have worked so hard to build this personal hell. They're scared of change. Oftentimes we do these kinds of things. We work so hard to build something up, and we're so afraid of changing things that we just can't see around the corners and realize that where we're at is not the best place for us and not the best place that we could be. All we have to do is just let go of what is right now and create something new and step out into the unknown. But easier said than done, right? Because that ego kicks in and it does not like change. It will hold on to the worst situations and make a million excuses and keep us stuck. But overcoming that and stepping out and tuning in, tapping into the soul's energy, our higher selves and God, is what breaks us out of these self-imposed prisons. We're not meant to be there forever. It's only there to teach us something, which is to teach us what we're not, so that we can truly appreciate what we have. Get us out of the darkness. We experience the darkness so that we can truly appreciate the light. A little bit of hope going on for Divine Masculine though, right? Because we have Empress in reverse. We also have 9 of Wands in reverse. So with the Empress in reverse, it shows us that there's been a dependence for Divine Masculine on others, a big time codependency, which doesn't surprise me because of all this gobbledygook over here that Divine Masculine's been experiencing. And that's what they manifest when they come at things from that place of unhealthiness and codependency and just a really bad programming. But with the 9 of Wands in reverse, we have them finally getting themselves out of isolation. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to see, wholly because of this over here, there's something more to life than just this. There is a much greater cause and a reason to wake up in the morning, and they may not know right now with their current state of being that, they know that it's because of you, but they may not know that it's leading them to you, okay? Because they're they hightailed it out of here and went back to the known because you were the unknown, and even though it was blissful, it was scary. And so they ran back to what they knew. So they may still think that they're going in that direction, but the cool thing is they're starting to wake up because of this dark nights of the soul energy that they're in. They're really starting to wake up. And so they're taking themselves out of this self-imprisonment, and they're starting to look at the thoughts and the perceptions that they're having, and they're kind of looking around at their life and they're like, wait a second, is this really all there is? And this is really all I want? No, this isn't really what I want. I'm settling. I'm totally settling for something that I don't even really want, and I can't even really find joy and happiness in it. So like, why am I here? Maybe there's other possibilities. And so they're starting to wade into the water slowly but surely. Maybe they're just dipping some toes in there, you guys, but they're wading into the water. However, toward you, Divine Feminine, they are probably not being that cool. They have such a mask on and so much of a wall up to the whole world right now. They can't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. They've just not been able to accomplish their own ascension yet. And they see you as like better than them, and they don't want to admit it. And it's not that you're better than them, because you're not better than them. Like, we're not better than anyone else, right? Nobody is. That's part of the problem, is the Divine Masculine is stuck in this, like, I don't have value and I'm not important. And, you know, they just got such a negative thinking pattern. They can't wake up from it. And so they see you as like you remind them of something that they feel that they don't deserve and that they can't have. And so unfortunately, it's kind of like the when you're in like 5th grade and like the boy at school or the girl at school. Well, I guess it's usually the boys, but girls do it too. In grade school, you know, you pretend you don't like the person that you really, really like because you don't want anyone to know about it. So like the boys will be kind of mean to the girls that they actually really like, and the girls will act like the guy that they really like doesn't even exist because you're so afraid that someone's going to notice or find out, or that you'll get rejected. So you just, you know, pretend that you don't care. It's that kind of energy with your Divine Masculine. They can't face their true feelings for you, Divine Feminine. They can't acknowledge them because it's too scary. The fear of rejection or things not working out, the fear of wanting this bliss and then not having it, or putting yourself out there to get it and then it not manifesting. It just scares them so much they keep running back to the known. They just keep running back to this karmic misery that they have created for themselves, and they won't allow themselves to even explore this possibility with you. So this is not your fault, Divine Feminine. This is just what Divine Masculine needs to go through in order to ascend. And so you're just going to have to allow them to go through it, but you see through it. You know better. You know better. If you guys want to do a one-on-one, please look in the description box below. We also have a new thing on our website, the conduits.com, where you can email us a question for about $10, depending. Like the 90% of the questions will be about $10. If you have a really in-depth question, or if you have multiple questions, it could be a little bit more than that. But essentially, it's just $10 for you guys to ask us a question. And we will send you a very in-depth video response that you can keep as a recording to reference back to. So that is a new thing that we are featuring. We're also going to have group calls coming up next month. So we'll have a group membership. So we're trying to open up new ways for you to be able to get in touch with us and ask us, you know, questions, and more than one way for you to get coaching from us, so that it's affordable to all of you. Because we really want you guys to have the healing in this journey that you need in order to get to this place that you want to go. All right, so Page of Cups. In your near future with your Divine Masculine, they still have an air of immaturity to them, or they will have an air of immaturity to them. They're still kind of not putting in the effort that they need to. But that's only because it takes a long time sometimes for this old energy to dissolve. And it really depends on how much trauma and how much negative patterning divine masculine was encoded with throughout their childhood and their early formative years. All of us go through different kinds of things, and it's all part of God's divine plan so that we can learn as souls. But some of us definitely carry harsher early existences than others. And it looks like whoever resonates this with this reading today, it looks like you're divine masculine, and probably you too on some levels, or you could be the exact opposite, where you didn't come from that kind of background, but your divine masculine did. And because of that, it's very triggering for you guys. But it looks like this divine masculine is really, they've gone through the school of hard knocks in life, but it is the most brilliant diamonds sometimes that have the most coal, and the most coal packed around them, because, you know, the powers that be, those adversarial forces, don't want the brightest lights to shine in this world. But the ones that do, the ones that are already of the light, they're there to help guide those that are going through that. And going through that fire only makes the light bright and shine brighter when they get all that coal off, and they're wiser and fuller, more full of life than the rest of us. And so divine masculine is one of those. They've really had to go through it, but that's because there's something really special about your divine masculine. And I think you already know that, divine feminine, which is why you've fallen so hard for them and had such an amazing connection with them. You see the beauty in them and your own divinity. Well, some good news for divine masculine, though. I mean, it looks like they are going to be able to grow out of some of these patterns that have not served them well, and overcome some of these obstacles that have been difficult for them up until now. And it looks like they very well might get out of whatever this karmic situation is that's just been dragging them down, which is going to open the door for divine masculine to finally take off and fly. And that's when great change is going to take place for divine masculine. So some good things are coming from the not so good things that divine masculine has experienced. And that's because the darkness always serves the light, even when the darkness doesn't know it or believe it. And so divine masculine is going to start finally coming into their own. Both of these cards, Knight of Swords and Six of Swords, are all about change. Change. Transformation is taking place in divine masculine, and it's leading them to a better place. And if you look right here, both of these people look like they're stepping into their power, especially this person right here. They're stepping into their power. They're gaining their confidence, and all of the ancestors, those lights around them, are coming to aid them, to help them to get there. And then you've got this person over here that is steering the ship, knows where they want to go, and how to get there, and taking others along with them, and leaving things behind that no longer serve them. So to me, this looks like a strong representation of your energy and your divine masculine's energy coming together and uniting to create something like more in alignment with the truth of who both of you really truly are, because you guys are the same soul. And as you ascend, your divine masculine ascends. You're one body, one unit, one soul. What might look like two is actually one. And that is one of the universal laws of Hermeticism. It's not called that, but you can look into it. And that's, it's duality that we have fallen into. And it's really a singularity, but the two, the one splits and it looks like two, and it's polarized. And you and your divine masculine have been polarized at the level of the physical form. But inside, you guys are the same soul, the same 0 point, the same center. You and Divine Masculine are one there. You're already union. So what a great reading, you guys. I love this reading. I'm going to get you guys an oracle card here. Let's see what comes up for you guys with this. And I picked my Raven deck, which ahead of time, which goes along great with this card right here for Divine Masculine. So let's see what Source wants us to know about this reading and about the connection between the two of you. Wow, this is a perfect card for this. Growth. That is what has been going on with both you and your Divine Masculine. But right now it's really been centered on the growth of the Divine Masculine because of your growth. Divine Feminine, you are the one steering the ship. You are that generative, beautiful, consciously awake twin flame. And everything that's happening with your Divine Masculine is only to get them into that same place. They'll always be the subconscious, right? They won't ever necessarily recognize that connection, not here in this realm, the same way that you do, but that doesn't mean you won't come into complete alignment with each other because you're coming into complete alignment with yourself. Go within, Divine Feminine, and recognize that what you seek, you already are, you have already found. And when you align with your soul, that stops that polarization, and your Divine Masculine is in alignment with you because you're in alignment with yourself. So growth, let's see what this says here. Crows become more vocal and aggressive when it is time for the young ones to learn how to fly. This is a pivotal moment in the young bird's life. And once the lesson has been mastered, the world becomes so much greater. You too may be at a crucial moment, and the lesson may be difficult at first, but once you understand it, a new world will open up to you. Sounds exactly like what Divine Masculine is going through. Growth directs your attention to areas of your life that have become remarkably different as a result of gaining a skill or understanding that you did not possess in the past. For example, learning a new language may have opened the door to new opportunities. Developing an understanding of your triggers that lead to sabotaging behavior or habits can help you overcome a block that once created stagnation. You may pull this card if you are on the cusp of a growth spurt, as a change that will move your life in a new direction is approaching. That is basically this entire reading in a nutshell. Divine Masculine is escaping that self-imposed prison and recognizing that with tweaking their own perceptions and beliefs, they too can have the kind of life that they've always wanted. And they're questioning everything, which is great because it's causing them to change and to grow. And all of this is happening as a result of you, Divine Feminine, because you took the plunge and took those steps first. You've been down this path. You are a leader. I'm proud of you guys. I love you all so much. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please let us know in the comments below. We really appreciate your feedback, and we will see you tomorrow for Divine Feminine's reading. Bye.